In this tutorial video I show you how to create this shirt and skirt. Patterns can be downloaded for free and the link to the pattern can be found in the description field. These are the parts for the shirt: the front part, the two back parts, the sleeves. These are the parts for the collar. The small ones are for the front part and the big ones for the back part. This is a small detail which will be attached on the front part like this, and you can sew it all the way. I've stitched the detail in the middle of the front part and I've stitched an extra line here in the middle as a detail. Later on we will attach a few beads here that will represent the buttons. Now we can continue with sewing the collar onto the front and back parts. The two small ones are for the front part and we place them like this, and the other one here, and we sew them together. And the two big ones are for the back part. Place them like this and we sew them onto the back part. I'm done sewing the collar onto the front part and the back part. I didn't sew it together on the bottom and on the top. We'll do that later on. And the back parts, they look like this. I've also already sewn the two seams together. You do this by folding them like this and put a few stitches on here. Now we can sew the back part onto the front part and we can align them like this. We sew it together here on the sides and on the top. And when you're sewing the top side, make sure that you align them like this and that you sew the two collar parts here together, so that when you have the good side of the fabric on this side, it aligns together. Now, for the sleeves we fold them like this and sew it all the way, and do the same for the other sleeve. When you sew the sleeves together, you turn them with the good side of the fabric on the outside. Now we can attach the sleeve onto the shirt, placing through the hole, and we align the seam of the shirt with the seam of the sleeve, and we sew the sleeve onto the shirt, and we do the same with the other sleeve. After you've sewn the sleeves onto the shirt, we will be adding a small detail to the shirt. I'm using small beads. They will represent the buttons. You can choose yourself how far the distance between the beads is. And I will be sewing beads all the way in the middle until the bottom of the shirt. I've sewn the beads as a detail onto the shirt. The only thing left to do is sew Velcro or snap buttons onto the back, and your shirt is done. For the skirt, we start with the longest layer, which is 28 centimeters long and 7 centimeters high. We'll be making small folds all the way around, and in the end the length with the folds should be 10 centimeters. I found it easy to draw a line on the paper which is 10 centimeters, and while adding the folds into it, measure it on the line to see when I've reached the 10 centimeter. When you're done with the third layer of the skirt, we continue with the second layer. This one is 28 centimeters long and 5.5 centimeters high. Also with this layer we'll be making some folds along the top side, and when you're done with the folds it should have the same length as this layer. When you're done making folds in the second layer, we will be sewing the second and third layer together. The third layer will be sewn a bit lower than the folding line of the second layer. The reason I'm doing this is because if you're sewing all the folds on top of each other, the fabric will get too thick. The layers are sewn together. Now we can make the top layer, the first layer. This one is 28 centimeters long and 3.5 centimeters high. And also here you make a few folds. And it should be as long as this part of the skirt. After you're done making the folds in the first layer, you can sew the first layer and the second and third layer together. Also for this layer, I'm placing the fold line a bit higher as the previous one, so the fabric won't get too thick. And you sew together all the way to the other side. The layers are sewn together. Now I'm taking a ribbon and then sewing it onto the top side of the skirt, all the way to the other side. The ribbon is sewn onto the skirt. When you're choosing a ribbon, make sure it's broad enough so it conceals the stitches you've made by sewing the layers together. Now we're done with this, we continue sewing the layers on the back together. And for the black layer, in my case, the first layer, you only sew them together here at the end. So you keep this open so it will fit over the hips of the doll. Afterwards, you continue with the second layer. Also here, make sure the part from the first layer stays open. And after you're done with the second layer, you continue with the third layer. Just sew it together until here. So this part always stays open so the skirt will fit over the hips of the doll. And don't sew the first, second and third layer together, otherwise you won't have at the back that it falls nicely open like in the front. All the layers are sewn together at the back. Now I'm adding a small detail on the front of the dress, a small ribbon. I'm sewing it just a bit out of the middle. I've sewn the ribbon onto the dress, and the only thing left to do is sew Velcro a snap button onto the back, and your skirt is done.